Very good morning to all my dear students. Today's video is about approaches to planning, and in this approaches to planning we have three approaches: top down approach, bottom down approach and mixed approach. Let's follow the slides to understand the concept. Approaches to planning. Approaches to planning. So students, let us focus on the introduction part of approaches to planning. So planning is a changeable, approaches are changeable and the changes are taking place in management and especially project management today. So we want considerable changes. Frequently we want to change our objectives or projects or programs. So we have to change them accordingly to the present use, present need and present requirement. Organization switched from the so-called top-down management style to bottom-up management. So students, here you have to understand approaches to planning, ultimately how to make plans for an organization. So obviously every organization would like to make plans from the top level management or top down management style to bottom up management style. So these approaches to planning, obviously this is classified into three types. Number one, top down, another one bottom up, and third one is collaborative. I'm repeating the types: top down, bottom up. Please students, focus on these 2 points, and I have given a different words to here. Top down, from top to bottom. Next one, bottom up, from bottom to top. And third type is collaborative, means a mixture of top and bottom levels. So first of all, let us focus on the top down approach. This top down approach is also known as stepwise device, breakdown, etc., and in some cases used as a synonym of decomposition. Top down approach it can be used with the different names or with the different words. They are stepwise design, breakdown, or else it is also called as decomposition. The top down approach remains extremely popular in contemporary project management and similar kind of project management. So top down approach remains extremely popular in contemporary project management. And the phase top down means that all the directions come from the top. I mentioned very clearly to you students, the planning is a managerial concept and planning will be done by the top level managers only. So whatever approaches are doing by the management, they will follow only top up approach. So that's why this top up approach is also called as stepwise design, breakdown or decomposition. And this top down approach is always made with all the directions which are given from the top management. Project objectives are established by the top management. Project goals are designed and prepared by the top management. And this top level management always, when they are planning designs, when they are making schedules, when they are preparing budgets, whatever, they provide guidelines, they will give information and related to plans and funds process. So top managers provide guidelines, information, plans and funds process. Okay, so this top by these rules and frames and guidelines, following this approach certainly opens the doors for potential failures of the projects. So when we have this opportunity to make our own strategies, to make plans for our organizational goals, it will give a clear, free premises, and it opens the doors for reasons for potential failures for the products. So obviously projects has to be within its need. Experience shows that this top-down management often results in reduced productivity and causes bottlenecks or so-called lockdowns. So when we are talking about top-down, everything levied in the hands of top people only. Those who will sit in classrooms and in AC rooms, and they don't know the burden of their objective setting and plans. So obviously, because of these reasons, top people feel that I am the owner of the business, I own this business, I am the organizational head. If such type of scenario is there in the organization, obviously we can experience that because of this top-down management always results in reduction in productivity, because they are not working, they just give instructions. So the productivity reduces, and which leads to bottlenecks or so-called lockdown. So which leads to, because everyone has to follow the instructions of the top management, and middle and lower management, they don't have any priority. When they don't have any priority, it leads to lockdown. Okay, it leads to shutting down of the organization. So a lockdown gives the project manager total control over his team. Such lockdowns can lead to unnecessary pain and significantly slow down a project's completion. Now move to the second approach, bottom-up approach. Students, focus on it. The second approach is bottom-up approach. So when we are talking about this bottom-up approach, it is a reverse order. See, top-down approach, bottom-up approach. The bottom-up approach implies proactive team input in the project executing process. Team members are invited to participate in every step of the management, and the decisions on a course of action is taken by the whole team. And the decision of the action is taken by whole team, bottom up, from lower to top. When lower to top is there, middle also there, everyone's participation will be there. Everyone will be in the decision making. Everyone will have, they want to show their performance. So obviously, it will become a teamwork. Bottom-up style allows managers to communicate goals and values through milestone planning. Bottom style approach always creates a sort of coordinated environment in an organization, which mainly creates and mainly makes everyone to talk with each other, everyone to communicate with each other, and every department involved with themselves. So communication goals will be there, and it leads to milestone planning. Then team members are encouraged to develop personal to-do list with the steps necessary to reach the milestones on their own. The choice of methods and ways to perform the task is up to the team. The advantages of this approach is that it empowers team members to think more creatively. They feel involved into the project development and know that their initiatives are appreciated. So students, when we are talking about bottom-up approach, I would like to ask one question to you. See, I am sending the videos to you through the link. I don't know your participation is there in this or not. I don't know whether you are watching the entire video or not. But I am doing my task. This is called top-down approach. So I am doing my job. I am not saying that I am not performing my job. I am performing my job. But the thing is that is my performance will make my objective to fulfill. My objective is that each and everyone have to score the highest grades. Every one of my students should score highest grade. But top down approach, I am sending the video links, I am making the videos, and I set my objective, but where is the performance? Can I take your lead in my approach? Am I taking your role? No, not at all. So that's why I can clearly sort out in initial days, out of all 60 students, around 50 students will view these videos. But because of lack of communication, I am not talking with you, you are not talking with me because I am sending you the link. There is no communication, there is no coordination, there is no proper organizing, there is no proper planning, and my objectives are not sorting out. So what approach is necessary for us right now? Bottom-up approach. It should come from bottom. I am not degrading you. You are not lower management. You are students. Your participation is important in class. Your initiative is important in your class. Your innovative ideas are necessary for class. Then only my objective will succeed. So bottom-up approach is very, very important for an organization. Your decisions are important. Your participation is important. Your initiative is important. At the same time, communication is very, very essential. You should talk to me. I should talk to you. I should tell you. You should inform me. When such process is there, then obviously it will become a teamwork. When there is a teamwork, we can achieve our objective very easily. So it creates personal interest. Let me give my idea to ma'am, Sumani ma'am. Let me tell about my views on our project to Sumani ma'am. Let me talk with other person so that what they are doing. So it creates a sort of encouraging environment in an organization so that an organization goal will be completed. That is about bottom-up approach. Okay. Now mixed approach. The third kind of approach is mixed approach. So let us focus on the mixed approach. Despite all the advantages of two systems, alone we will not make your projects flourish. According to many experts, the bottom-up approach is not the perfect solution, neither top-down, as sometimes it lacks clarity and control. The best way is to find a balance between the two opposite approaches and make the best practice from both of them. So students, top-down approach only for top management, bottom-up approach only to bottom management or lower management. Is it sorted? Everyone feel that we are great in bottom-up approach. Top-down approach, they feel that I am the greatest. So both have the darkness of the coin. Both cannot survive. So we need another kind of approach that's called mixed approach. So let us focus on this slide, students. Top-down approach. The main disadvantages of top-down approach are inflexibility, bureaucracy, overall control, and it imposed processes. So what leads to inflexibility? Rigidity is there in top-down approach. There is no flexibility. Bureaucracy, only everyone to want the power in their hands. They don't want to be democratic, they want bureaucracy. And the management wants overall control in them. And it is an imposed process, it's not an exposed process. So, there is no moral motivation. People feel that their opinion does not matter. Right now, I feel if I am teaching you, I need your participation. If I am keep on teaching you and if I am not allowing you to participate, then you feel that let the teacher explain, let the lecturer take her decision, why should we need? So, it lacks moral motivation and people stop giving their opinions. Okay, these are the disadvantages of top down. And now move to the bottom up approach. Disadvantages of bottom up approach. It's 100% flexible. Always flexibility doesn't require. When everything is flexible, where is the consistency of completion of our objectives? Certain rules should be there, certain strategies should be there, certain programs should be there, certain policies are required. When everything is flexible, it will move changes according to person. An organization could not reach its ultimate goals, they are objectives. Eligibility, everyone feel that they are eligible. Collaboration is lacking. Team driven process, and maybe it is a highly motivating, the team members contributes to the way of project, but still it need a leadership. Okay, so project management 2.0, controls and collaboration, clarity of project goals, and visibility of internal organization process, coordinative and collective intelligence. So students, when we are talking about the approaches of planning and different approaches to planning, we have 2-3 approaches to planning. They are top down, bottom up and collaborative. That is a mixture of top down approach as well as bottom up approach. Okay students, this is about approaches to planning, and we'll meet with another video with another topic. Take care. Thank you.